healthy for the most part, and exercise and not go for walks. Now, even though I exercise sometimes, I go for walks and I have my fifth or sixth cup of coffee every day, sometimes my mind's foggy. It's a little stuffy, and we know sometimes our body aches and pains in our bones. Could be cold weather, different seasons, allergies affect so many of us. But I want to talk to you more about that fog in our brains. Now we know we have this coronavirus right now, and other illnesses and other viruses around the world at any given time. And sometimes, we get scared because we don't know what the truth really is. We realize people are being affected, and sure, some people are dying, and we hope it's not us or any of our loved ones, of course. But when we get in this fog and we're scared and maybe overcautious, we don't know right from wrong, left from right, sometimes up or down. We get that foggy mode and we lose the purpose. We have to figure out why we're feeling this way. And we do it throughout the year. I have those down days, and I'm sure some of you do also. But this is a time where we can restart our brains. This is the time we hit that reset button. This is time where you can reinvent yourself. You know what I'm talking about. Maybe grow a beard like I did over the last couple months. Time to reinvent yourself. I've been wearing my glasses more often now than I ever have before. But reinvent yourself, hairstyle, get into shape or not get into shape. That's another way to reinvent yourself. But more importantly, develop certain skills that maybe you were lacking, or develop certain skills that you can make stronger or you didn't even know you had. For instance, let's just say 10 years ago, I started network marketing, got into a company, and I made a couple bucks, and then moved to another company, made a couple bucks, moved to another company, made a couple bucks. I never quite knew what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to work for myself. The problem was I kept chasing the next shiny object, right? The next shiny nickel we see going down the road. And even if I just sponsor one or two people, I jumped ship and tried something else because I wasn't making money fast enough. Fast enough. And guess what? Every time I changed companies, I'd call those same people or those same friends and family of mine and say, hey, come join my new company. Now, why would they join me if I keep jumping ship and couldn't be consistent? Or worse yet, wouldn't believe in my product, service, or the opportunity itself? Why would anyone follow me if I don't believe in myself? And that's why I want to challenge you right now. It's time to reinvent ourselves and put away the past. Put away those things that didn't work. Didn't work. I found myself to be a good blogger, for instance. Now, some of my articles are better than others, don't get me wrong, and obviously some of my videos are better than others, but it's a consistency that you go through. And I don't delete past posts or even past videos. I like it out there to see how I've grown over the years, to see how I've restarted my own life and made things work. So it's important. Now, some of my blogs I've had to delete or rewrite because some of the businesses I was writing about no longer exist, or I'm no longer an affiliate with the company. But there are some that are still out there because I've written so many things in the past, and a lot of them are garbage, don't get me wrong. But when I put my mind to it and get that fog out and I can focus, and quite frankly, if you tend to drink too much or do drugs or smoke or whatever, that does affect our thinking. It really does. Hey, I'd love to have a cocktail or two a day. I do, very much, I do. And now that the bars are closed, I'm drinking less, which is good, of course, and my mind is able to focus just a little bit better. just a little bit better. So sometimes when I do these shows, I get a lot of, not necessarily accolades, but a lot of thumbs up. I do have people leave comments on the videos and in private on a regular basis and tell me they love what they see, they love what they hear, they love what I'm doing now. Again, I just want to encourage you to restart your life if you need to. Even if you had success, it's okay to keep reinventing yourself, to show improvement, to show that you're continuously learning, to show that you're more positive than ever before. Now, how do we stay positive? Well, quite frankly, we listen to positive things on TV. We read positive books. We watch some. We hang around with positive people, people that inspire, people that motivate, people who are more pessimistic rather than optimistic. Life is not perfect. You and I are going to make mistakes. We're going to fall flat on our faces, on our noses. We're going to ask the wrong person out. We're going to do something stupid at work. We're going to say something we're later on will regret. Trust me, those all describe me very well. I'm told quite often that I need to be careful what I say. And that's hard because we are who we are, and we often have the attitude, well, you just have to accept me the way I am. Yeah, maybe. But if I'm applying for a job or I'm in a leadership position like I am now, or I'm representing myself and my business, I have to be a little more careful on how I come across. And even though I may use some slang or slurs from how I grew up, I need to be more cautious or conscious about how I'm portraying myself today. And that's all part of what I want to talk to you about is we've all made mistakes and said things we regret. Not necessarily saying those things that we regret, but how they're perceived. And if someone perceives us communicating ineffectively or vulgar or whatever it is, we kind of need to change that. Like I said, I'm almost preaching to the choir because I've got these issues myself. I'm being told. I have a lot more positive comments say you're doing great, we love your message. But every now and then I say, or I hear that just need to be a little more careful in the future. So let me know what you're thinking, or what makes you tick, or how you think you can best restart your own life. Now, I talk a lot about Toastmasters. I love the organization. It's a group where it teaches communication and leadership skills through the art of public speaking. And now we're doing more virtual meetings than ever before in the history of this organization, as well as other organizations also. But we've had to step up our game in skills. We have to learn how to communicate on video with other people, not just, this is just one way. I'm just telling you a message. But I'm holding meetings all the time with 10, 20, 30, 100 people, doing some trainings, just having regular meetings where practice our speaking and developing that self confidence. So it's okay to continue on paying your membership dues, whatever organization you're involved with, provided it's positive organization and you can continuously develop those skills. If you're paying dues for something that you can't go to for a couple months and there's no interaction, well, hopefully that money goes to a good cause. And if you do, because we're not doing fundraisers anymore right now. So hopefully that money goes to a good cause and is set aside for when you can get back together. Now, I don't understand the gyms. I think some gyms are still charging their members dues. Please don't do that this particular time. Please don't do that. We need to have compassion for each other. We need to help someone with their struggles as we restart our journey in our life because we have this fog in our head and we want to do better or portray ourselves as better people. We need a coach or mentor to help us along the way. I know I cannot do these things myself. Sometimes I can't even get dressed in the morning, or I'll find out I wore the same shirt 3 or 4 days in a row and don't even notice it. Somebody has to point those things out for me. And what about you? I don't know, but we get a fog, and sometimes we bring that fog into our own lives by bringing the negative news, or too much of it, good or bad. Or we hang around with too many negative, pessimist people who are always complaining about almost everything. And if you're one of those complaining about just everything, you're eventually going to lose all the people around you. There's nothing really to complain about. Sure, you might have broke a leg, lost a job, finances are tight, a lover left you. That's happened to almost all of us at one time or another, and it sucks. But take the time to, maybe people look at you and they go the other way because, oh, there's someone negative going to be complaining all the time. How about you just change a little bit and reach out and say, how you doing, Mr. Jones, Mrs. Smith, Johnson, whatever it is, and just reinvent yourself. Be someone that you want to hang out with. If we want to attract positive influences in our life, influencers, even a mentor, we kind of need to be that person. We kind of need to develop those skills and that positive mindset to bring more people in and to work with us. So forget yesterday, let alone a couple years ago, of things you've done, said, maybe hurt. Do your best to change and be positive and apologize to someone you may have hurt, because we've all done that. We've hurt people, and sometimes we don't even know it. So unless you tell me I hurt you, it's going to be hard for me to apologize. And on another note, don't be so sensitive about everything in the world. We're all going to have bad days. Say something. If something bothers you a lot, it's your and my responsibility to tell the other person. But don't be sensitive to everything out there. Come on. We're supposed to have fun in this life, in this world. Be responsible adults, of course. We need to be responsible. We need to lead. We need to bring up our children correctly as well as ourselves. And we cannot do that unless we're feeding this right here. Unless we're feeding this right here. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And maybe today is a good day to restart your life. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Let me know if this motivated with you or inspired you in one way or another. And share our videos and get involved with social media shows and let others know what we have and what we do for other people. How inspiring that we can be. Have a great day now. Joseph Skoda, over and out. Get that fog out of your head. Bye bye now.
We've reached the age of live streaming on social media shows. We present our show programmings, which demonstrate inspirations to any viewers around the globe,
with over 500,000 reached to over 54 countries.
Our programming are very relatively entertaining and empowering. And now here is the Let's Talk World. Let's Talk World, hosted by a young, witty, and fearless leader of social media shows, Maria Pureza. This programming is all about featuring individuals in their field of interest. We showcase everyone's passion.
You can be empowered with Maria and Joe Live TV, a show that will inspires you. Maria and Joe will share real-time stories and deliberate cynical perspective in a positive culture. Join and watch us on socialmediashows.com.
In the Office is a show about words of wisdom that relates to everyday circumstances in life. Watch life coach Joseph Skoda every Wednesday 11 a.m. on Social Media Shows.
Fab Life is about the fashion, celebrities, movies, social events, arts and culture, and so much more. Hosted by JC Crisologo every Monday 7 p.m. on socialmediashows.com.
Shut up and sit down.
Jeezy and Frenemies. Jeezy and His Frenemies is an impromptu comedy skit with a hilarious story of a billionaire designer with other billionaire friends. Socialmediashows.com with evolving characters and actors.
Honey Bees, Women Empowerment Talk Show, hosted by powerful women. As women in our society, we have a voice. Let's talk anything that involves women. Watch us live every Tuesday 5 p.m. PST on socialmediashows.com, YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, and Facebook.
Vegas Live, with Ninon DeVere DeRosa, an award-winning talk show host based in the center of Las Vegas. Every Wednesday 1 p.m. on Social Media Shows.
Featuring artists in and outside Las Vegas area.
The Good News is a weekly show on fb.me/socialmediashows who inspires you with the scriptures and Word of God to uplift you to be a better version of yourself. Hosted by Dolores Olson and JC Crisologo on
Social Media Shows are looking for independent assigned artists to show off to the world for a brand new show. So if you have a video ready to show, email us right now at darkmusictelevision@gmail.com.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe on our YouTube channel, Social Media Shows.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Skoda. Now I was going to talk to you about a certain topic, but something just came to my mind, like momentarily a few moments ago. I'd rather talk about. We have this virus, COVID-19, going around, coronavirus, whatever it is, and so many other things that people are deep in depression for so many different reasons. But I'm not going to talk to you about depression. I'm going to talk to you about something else. Yet they could be related. The bottom line is, what gets your attention? What gets you excited? What makes you turn your head? What makes you look up, look away? What makes you pretend you're looking at your significant other? You put those shades on, you know what I'm talking about, and your eyes are going back and forth. Try not to move your head when you do that. It's kind of a giveaway. The point is, marketers, and we know this for a long time, but trying to get our attention to buy their products. If you go to the mall, you listen to that certain kind of music that gets you relaxed, want to shop. You go to certain restaurants, the temperature's a little colder. Just different things they got going on to get your attention. And obviously the beautiful lady on television, or guy, it's mostly ladies, on the commercials selling TVs and cars and telephones, and sometimes we don't know what they're selling, but they got our attention. They have our attention. Now, what about when someone is in uniform, one of our service dress uniform, any uniform, whatever it is, and they're walking down the street or in a parade? Do they get your attention? Do you feel a little pride inside? Do you feel a little comfort knowing that maybe they're past veterans, but they served our country for the benefit of us? Well, you and I are a small part of that today because too much of the younger generation doesn't seem to care as much. They don't seem to have the same pride that you and I can't really say an older generation. I'm still fairly young, at least at heart. But how can we get the younger ones to have a little bit of pride? How can we turn their head? How can we get their attention to what's really important in this world? What do you and I have to do to smack someone upside the head and say, wake up! Wake up! The world does not revolve around you. The world does not revolve around me by any means. And there's probably the time in my teenage years where I thought I had it going on. I think a lot of you can relate to that. 15, 16, 17, 18, you know, everything. 21, now you can legally drink. I'm sure none of you had a drink before 21. But later on, when we start having to fend for ourselves, having to get a job, possibly pay rent for the first time, even if you're living at home with your parents, hopefully they had you pay for something. That's how you and I gain a little bit of responsibility. That's when you and I understand what a dollar means and what it takes to earn that dollar. Until we earn a dollar of our own, till we almost scrape by to get an apartment on our own or transportation on our own, we can never truly appreciate what's out there or what we have. Hey, if you're fortunate, I had parents that were good to me. I drove my mom's car. I didn't really have my own, but she had cancer at the time, and I used the car a lot. It's a whole different story, but I had parents that loved us. They didn't have the money to take us on vacations or buy us the best clothes or the best anything. But the love was second to none. My whole family, I appreciate my family back in Northeast Ohio. Wonderful family. But we had to work for things. My grandfather taught me how to build a birdhouse, how to garden, and other people taught us how to work on cars, how to fight. Certain things that show you a little bit of pride when you were finished. Yes, even fighting. Didn't matter who won. The point is you stood up for yourself. You stood up for something that mattered. Something gave you a little pride, a little burning desire inside to want just a little more. And you know what I wanted more than anything when I was younger? Is to make my parents proud. Make my grandparents proud. Make my aunts and uncles proud. Most of the time I did that. Later on in life, it could be questionable. We are supposed to make mistakes. We're supposed to. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. And sure, we get depressed. We get sad. We get anxious when things are not going our way. Okay, that's fair. Get over it. Move on. Find a way to move up. See, when you have that pain in your stomach and you're anxious, you're not sure how things are going to go. And when it does, when you come out okay, that's part of our growth. And even if it doesn't quite come out the way we hoped it would, we're learning. We're expanding. We're hopefully sharing our experiences with others so they don't get caught up in what you did, what I did. Because we get caught up in this mundane life, whether it's a coronavirus or hepatitis or alcoholism or so many of the other things we have, that's a crutch for us. And in today's society, we just want to point fingers and blame everyone else instead of ourselves for the way we're feeling, the way we're acting. Why are you sad? If you are sad, why? And what can you do to get out of it? Hey, it's okay to mourn a loved one or some loss, and our people losing jobs. I understand that. Dropping out of school, can't quite get a relationship breaking up. All of those things that most of us experience at one time or another. We talked about that growth mindset. Yeah, that's kind of where it comes from. That's you kind of have to be knocked around a little bit, smacked in the head sometimes, tripped up to truly realize what you have in front of you. And the people you have in your lives, even the people who don't seem to have it going on, there's a reason we have certain people in our lives. And they don't have to be there forever. They can be there for a short period of time to help us grow. Build that mindset even greater than ever before. Life is too short. You might have 10 years, 20 years, 50, 150 years on this earth. We really don't know. So make sure do your best to make every darn day count. Every day counts. If you screwed up today and you did something stupid, you got in trouble, or woe is me, or it was your time of mourning, okay, that's fine. If you wake up tomorrow, that's another blessing God gave you. Use it to your advantage. It's another day. If we wake up another day, don't screw it up again. Please don't. Your mentality, your mindset, your ambition, your livelihood, your persona about the world around you depends on you having that smile on your face. Depends on you having that we talked about that gnaw in your stomach, but the desire in your gut, in your soul that you want more than you're already getting. You and I are going to make mistakes on a regular basis. And they keep saying learn from other people and you won't make them and you'll be better off for it. Quite frankly, sometimes you and I have to make our own mistakes. Sometimes we have to touch that flame with our finger for ourselves and find out if it's really hot. Sometimes we have to take chances in life to see if it really is bad or really is good. And that's another thing I'd like to talk to you about. If you don't take chances in life, you'll never really reach your full potential. You can't. And it could just be applied for a job you know you're not even qualified for. Apply for it. What's the worst they could say? You're not qualified. Come back when you are. Okay. You ask someone out, they laugh at your face, they throw something at you, they call you a couple names. Hey, that sucks, but so what? So what? Does it really matter deep down inside? Like I said, tomorrow's another day. You wake up, you put your boots on, tie those bootstraps on tight, and you move forward. You continuously feed your mind, your mindset, the proper information, the proper stuff. I said I want to talk about depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress, different issues. There's always going to be a pandemic out there, whatever you want to call it, that's going to affect us negatively in the most part. And most of it's getting fed to us from the media. From the media. I don't care what you say. Be careful what you watch. Do your own research. This is 21st century. You and I can access almost anything in the world from the touch of our fingertips. From the touch of our fingertips. Going back to the purpose of this quick talk, we had to talk about, or I'm talking about, what gets your attention? What can you and I do to get someone's attention? We could get attention in a negative manner. Big, stupid, hair all messed up, tats on her face, whatever. Or we get someone's attention in a positive manner. Outstanding citizen that cares about the world and saves the whales and all that stuff. Well, most of us, we get people's attention, kind of a mixture of both. Kind of a mixture of both. But I want to tell you, people are watching you and people are watching me. It's usually our children if we have children, but a neighbor, a coworker, a parent, someone from afar you may not even notice. They're watching us. So be careful how you want to get someone's attention. It could have some negative recourses. It really can. Be really careful what you want out there. Most of us can have and do anything we want. We can live where we want. We can drive the cars we want. We can vacation where we want. And all that has to do with money, resources. If you're not making enough money, what do you think you have to do? Go back to school, get a better education, apply for a better job. Start a business, entrepreneurship, become an intern somewhere. And that's another point. You can volunteer to learn a new trade with someone. You're not going to get paid right away, but those skills are so invaluable. Heck, join a Toastmasters club and learn how to communicate, learn how to lead an organization, learn how to deal with finances. For less than $100 a year, you get ongoing training. Builds up your resume, builds up your mindset, builds up your self-worth and your value. Most of us complain we don't have enough time, we do not have enough money. There are ways to take both of them back. Learn, grow, join a show like this and tell us your story. Tell us your story. This is my story. Do what it takes to get the attention. But darn it, when you get that attention, you make sure you follow through in the right way, the right manner, and make yourself, your family, proud. Anyways, this is Joseph Skoda, enjoying life to the fullest most every day. You enjoy the life to your fullest, the best that you can. I salute you.